In my last video, How to Design More Joy in Your Home, we discussed the power of the items around us to influence how we feel. And in this video, I want to go a step further and discuss the power of our homes to influence our identities. And the way I want to do that is to explain this in two parts. One, I'd like to share some really interesting ideas on this topic from the book Architecture of Happiness by the author Alain de Botton, which I think you'll find very interesting. And in the second part, I'd like to give you two exercises to help you identify ways in which you can design your environment in a way that will bring out your best self. And by the way, if you're new here, I'm Anna, I'm a licensed architect based in Europe, and in this channel I distill decades of architectural education and experience into small bite-sized lessons to teach you how to design your home. With this book series, I share simple yet powerful ideas from books that mix psychology and home design to help you transform your living space into a source of comfort and happiness. In my previous video, we discussed how we are so sensitive to our environment because we have evolved in an interdependence with it. For example, we have become so sensitive to color because certain colors represent food, and that is highly important to our survival. This is a kind of evolutionary standpoint as to why we are so sensitive to what's around us and why the design of our homes and built environments matter so much. In today's book, Architecture of Happiness, Alain de Botton offers a philosophical perspective on this. His perspective is that the design of our homes and environment matters because we are in essence different people depending on what's in front of our eyes. His point of view is that humans have a multifaceted identity. We have to be somewhat different people with our family than with our clients or our coworkers. And the environment we are in usually cues us about who we have to be in that setting. However, not all parts of our identity feel equally us. For example, when we are in certain moods, we might actually use the words, "I don't feel like myself," or "let me regroup," or "I need to center myself," to return to who we feel we authentically are. The true challenge then arises when we seek to reconnect with our authentic selves, only to realize that we cannot bring that side of ourselves so easily to the surface. And here I have to share a quote from the book. Unfortunately, the self we miss at such moments, the elusive, authentic, creative, and spontaneous side of our character, is not ours to summon at will. Our access to it is to a humbling extent determined by the places we happen to be in, by the color of the bricks, the height of the ceiling, and the layout of the streets. In a hotel room strangled by 3 motorways, or in a wasteland of run-down tower blocks, our optimism and sense of purpose are liable to drain away like water from a punctured container. We may start to forget that we ever had ambitions or reasons to feel spirited and hopeful. In dreary, uninspired settings, we might lose sight of our aspirations and the vibrant parts of ourselves. Recognizing this, we often turn to our built environment, from the design of our homes to the arrangement of our public spaces, to anchor us into a more fulfilling vision of ourselves. And this is probably one of the biggest arguments why the design of our homes, and by extension the built environment around us, needs to be beautiful. Because beauty can help us access with more ease the individual we aspire to be. And while beauty can mean different things to different people, in the context of our home design, beauty relies heavily on personalization. Personalization is the act of tailoring your space to accommodate your own standards of beauty, your wants, wishes, and desires. The more the space around us has the colors, shapes, and features we find beautiful, and the more the items and furniture around us are designed to respond to our needs and wants, the more the space will make us feel more like our true selves. Home design is therefore not just an arrangement of pretty things, but a kind of stage design for our most authentic version of ourselves. How do you make your home reflect your identity? One exercise is to start by thinking about which spaces have made you feel special. Where did you feel like you wanted to be your best self? Was it a natural setting, in the forest or by the sea? Or perhaps in the built environment, like the lobby of a really nice hotel, or looking at the view in a high-rise apartment building? How might you bring back the qualities of those spaces into your home? And I mean qualities because often certain aspects can be translated one-to-one in our spaces, but there are plenty of things that can feel the same. For example, if watching the view over a city from the 100th floor made you feel that way, it's very unlikely that you can have that view in your apartment at the second floor. But here's the thing, there are always ways to recreate the feeling without the thing itself. For example, studies on the brain show that the brain is not very good at distinguishing photos from reality. A big window can be replaced by a big painting or a big screen. The brain doesn't know the difference. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't have any windows. You still need natural light. But in terms of the experience of what we see, the brain can't tell the difference if it's looking at the view through a window or the projection of a screen. Here are some more examples of how to bring back the qualities of those spaces into your home. If you like the particular cabin look, you might add a few decor pieces in salvage wood. If the sea is what makes you happy, you might use seashells and sea photography to remind you of that setup. Maybe it was a bouquet of flowers or a special sofa cover. Look into your own memories of spaces and places that wowed you and inspired you to be better, and really zoom into the items that have generated a special emotion in you. Exercise number 2. The second idea that Alain de Botton shares is that we mold ourselves to the spirit of objects around us. We become a little as they are. Even if we are not always able to say quite how objects make us feel, we all sense the spirit, better or worse, that emanates from a given set of objects. I thought there's something special to this idea, and I wanted to share it with you, see if it resonates. This principle underscores the importance of carefully curating the objects in our living spaces, where every piece, from the furniture to decorative items, isn't just a matter of aesthetic appeal, but a testament to the kinds of identity we want to embody. Implementing this concept into our homes requires a thoughtful approach. Start by evaluating the items that currently occupy your space. Do they inspire you? Do they reflect the qualities and values of the person you aim to become? Consider, for instance, surrounding yourself with books that motivate learning and growth, artworks that stir creativity and introspection, or even plants that symbolize care and growth. Each item should serve as a beacon guiding you towards your ideal self. When selecting new pieces, think beyond their immediate function or beauty. Ask yourself what spirit they embody and whether that spirit aligns with your personal aspirations. This doesn't necessarily mean that every item must be profound or expensive. Even simple objects can carry deep personal significance when chosen with intention. In conclusion, the environment we create in our homes plays a pivotal role in shaping our identities. By adopting de Botton's philosophy, we encourage a more deliberate approach to interior design, one that champions the power of our surroundings to influence ourselves and our personal growth. In curating a space filled with objects that reflect our highest aspirations, we not only enhance our living environment, but also take a meaningful step towards becoming the version of ourselves we most admire. This approach to home design isn't just about creating a visually appealing space, it's about constructing a sanctuary that nurtures our well-being and supports our journey towards self-improvement. And by the way, if you enjoyed this video, you will like my video Home Interior Design for Procrastinators.